Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Dynamic Life Show with your host, Deronda Michelle. I'm so glad to have you as my guest here today as we talk about current events and all the things that's happening all around us. I want you to weigh in. I want you to go right now to CoyoteManOnline.com/dynamic life. You'll see the name right behind you. So tune in today. I want you to be my guest. I want you to drop your issues in the chat. That's on your heart, the things that are on your mind. This show is all about living that dynamic life. And I want you to tell me how you're living that dynamic life or how you aim to. Listen, you might say, well, right now I'm feeling a little down and out. Come on, we're going to share these resources. The show is all about sharing the resources, community resources, business resources, products and services that's going to help you live that dynamic life. So stay tuned and look what you got cooking good. Look, and I know you got something good going on over there in your neck of the world, whether you're north, south, east or west. Matter of fact, if you west, you're dealing with some water issues right now, right? And I heard that the police station and someplace else having E. coli bacteria in the water. Scary thought that we'd be facing some of the things that Jackson, Mississippi is facing right now, right? Well, guess what? I want to talk to you all about it. You can drop it with your topic in the chat. I want to know what's on your mind, what's on your heart. How are you living that dynamic life? As we move forward in the show, again, my name is Deronda Michelle. Go and invite somebody. Grab your pen and paper because you just never know when I may drop some golden nuggets that you can use to brighten up your future. So as you prepare yourself on your end, I want to bring to you some of the things that are on my heart in this season. First of all, welcome to September. Are you going to make it a September too? Remember, what are you doing that's dynamic? What do you got going on that's great? What you got going on that's fabulous? What you got going on that's fashionable? Are you sprucing up your fall wardrobe? I'm working on that. Matter of fact, I have a shopping trip coming up. We'll get into that later. But I want to talk to you. And normally I have a guest here with me, but you're my guest today. And so I want to hear from you. As a matter of fact, if you're near security, it's too late to stop by today unless you right in Security Mall. And then you can come on down to the Coyote Man Show Network Studios. And we're right in the center of the mall. Now, as I mentioned, Baltimore, West Baltimore specifically, has an issue with E. coli bacteria that was found in the water. I don't know if they did some kind of test at the police station or just some kind of test in West Baltimore, but I want to know what's going on. Are you impacted by it? Do you live in West Baltimore? I'm West Side certified. Hello. I was born and raised in West Baltimore. I called my mother the Gypsy Lady, God rest her soul. She just left us about a month ago. But I called my mother the Gypsy Lady. I lived on Penrose Avenue. Gee, let me see, where else did I live? I probably lived about 10 places growing up. Went to several different elementary schools. I can name several. But if you're on the west side, and you're dealing with this water issue, tell me what you got going. Did you have to rush off to the store at the break of dawn and get you several gallons of water? Did you already have it around at your house? Have you been aware of this for a while and they just making this public? What's going on? Tell me all about it. I want to know what's happening because I'm concerned about my folks. I still got family and my peoples. And listen, we got roots in Sandtown West. Sandtown. We got roots in Sandtown and Warwick Avenue and Winchester and all about in that area, Fulton Avenue and Drew Hill Park. I got family all over West Baltimore, so I'm going to be reaching out to them after this show, making sure they're good, making sure they are good. Because you know what? We're going to have to pull up the ranks and pull together and help one another. Because guess what? All of us are impacted in some kind of way if one of us is impacted. My philosophy in life is each one teach one, and then we'll reach one. And so that's the philosophy that I live by. That's not something that I heard somebody else say, but I've been living like that. That came to my mind about 13 years old. Each one teach one, and then we'll reach one. And so being a teacher at heart, I'm always tapping into the knowledge base and tapping into different resources. And so that's why the Dynamic Life Show exists, is to tap you into the community resources. Because guess what? They say knowledge is power, but I say knowledge is power when it's applied. Because guess what? You could know something, but not apply it or not know how to apply it. I remember years ago, I had this weird looking round thing that looked like a golf ball. And it came with my Verizon. Am I allowed to say that? It came with my telecommunications package when I got internet service. And I'm talking, 2003, 2004. And when I started my business. And I said, well, what in the world is this? It looked like a little golf ball, but it had glass on one side. And I had no idea what it was. So it stayed in the box for a while. Then I finally took it out of the box and began to read the instructions. Was clueless. And I'm a techie. So it's very seldom that I can't figure something out. And so I could not figure it out, y'all. I could not figure it out. But when I took it to the job, 6 years later, guess what? We had an auction at the job. I put that bad boy on the table. Somebody scooped it up so quick. I was like, well, why are so many people bidding on this item? Guess what it was? It was a camera that you attach to. Y'all know how we got webcams nowadays and how we have cameras that you can just use to picture yourself and do those selfies. It was an item and a piece of equipment that you're supposed to attach to your computer to go live. What's a big deal right now? People that are going live on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram. Here, I was ahead of the curve and didn't even know the value of what I had. So many of us are living like that. We don't realize the value that we have. We don't realize the treasure that's already in us. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too. Living this dynamic life is going to take part and take place as you discover what your treasure is. You can be born with a singing voice and you just sing around the house all the time because you don't know that's your treasure. You just thinking you making some joyful noise around the house. I want to talk to you about the fact that in order to live this dynamic life that I'm talking about, you have to tap into those innate gifts. You have to tap into those skills that you have. And guess what? You may have one level of skill and the next person may have the next level, but it's all about enhancing those skills that you have. And so I'm going to be talking about different subjects today. For instance, September presents to us a month that focuses on pain awareness, childhood cancer, suicide prevention. We know that's a major issue. I don't care whether you're young, old, black, white, short or tall, it's rich or poor. Suicide has been impacting all of us, but that's one issue for the month of September. And listen, as I go down a list of the issues and social ills and social conditions that we're dealing with for the month of September, if you are impacted by any of these issues, I want to hear from you. Put it in the chat. Give me a call. Do something to let me know how it has impacted you. Most importantly, let me know a resource that you're aware of that we can share with our listening audience so that they can be empowered about what to do about suicide prevention, what to do about childhood cancers, what to do about ovarian cancer, what to do about, can you believe that September is also Pain Awareness Month? It's Sepsis Awareness Month. And that's what? Infections, right? So there are different things that are on the radar just for the month of September. And I said, suicide, we lost a major chef. I can't think of his name right now. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to say his name. I just thought about it. I'm not even going to say it. But if you are into those cooking channels on the cooking shows, you know exactly who I'm talking about. And somebody who's a well-known fashion designer with multi-million-dollar stores all across the nation, internationally, as a matter of fact, a global brand, committed suicide, either last year or year before. Listen, and then you read about the 9-year-old and the 10-year-old young girl and all people, all in between, young and old. It affects so many people. I met somebody not long ago who said that their father had committed suicide when they were a child. They wrote a book about it. So we may have her on the show. I know she travels a lot and she's based out of Atlanta, but we're going to be talking to people about these different issues because guess what? As September, the whole month of September is recognizing these particular social issues. So we're going to have some guests coming on this month that will be addressing these issues. Now, remember, we're here every Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. We're located so that you can visit us and be part of the studio audience at 5:30. Come on, show up at 5:15 right here at Security Mall. Or also, you can join us virtually. Just visit CoyoteManShowOnline.com or Coyote Man. Listen, I'm checking my notes out. Online, CoyoteManOnline.com/Dynamic Life, but add an E on the end of that for Dynamic Life, LYFE. So we're going to go to commercial, and then some of the issues that I have mentioned to you, we're going to come back and talk about those things in depth. I'll see you in a moment. Again, you have tuned into Dynamic Life with Deronda Michelle. We'll be right back. Go grab your coffee, go refill your cup of juice, grab your pen and paper if you didn't have it at first. I'll see you in a minute.
What's good? It's your boy Squirrel Wide. Hey, you know where I'm going to be September 10th? I'm going to be right here at Clifton Park for the Riff on the Cliff Fest, brought to you by Fat Brand and Iconic. It's going to be crazy. It's all featuring Dream Dog, Young Moose, Rough Ends. Who else going to be there? Scola, IZM 400, Brett Sears, Miami Mills, BRM Stunton, Lil Ty. A little bit of everybody's going to be there. Big festival, 2 stages. You don't want to miss it. You need any information on it, all you got to do is go riffonthecliffest.org. See you there, Big Mouth.
Fat Brand presents the first annual Riff on the Cliff Music and Arts Festival, featuring Dream Dog, Young Moose, Scola De Niro of Blue Hill, J Grams, Rough Ends, and many, many more. All happening Saturday, September 10th at 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's all happening at Clifton Park, 2801 Harford Road. Get your tickets today at riffonthecliffest.org. Sponsored in part by Iconic Entertainment and the Funds Unlimited Group.
Hey, welcome back to the Dynamic Life Show with Deronda Michelle. I'm your host, and I'm excited about you being here. Listen, if you are working right now, or if you're doing other things right now, and you didn't catch the show live, I want you, when you're looking at this replay, I want you to still reach out. I still want to hear from you. I still want to know what's going on in your neck of the woods. What's going on in your world? You know, we're talking about some issues right now, such as this water issue. What we gonna do, y'all? What we gonna do if this water issues go past the 24-hour mark and go past the 72-hour mark and go into next Tuesday? Hello? If you are impacted by this water issue, you're living in West Baltimore, and they said right now they even have people giving away water in different locations in Baltimore County. And one lady that I heard on the radio on my way over here, she said they only allowed you to take 3 gallons, 3 jugs of water. Thank God for that. But what you gonna do with that? That won't even fill up a tub. You can't even cook all your dinner with that little bit of water. I know how I am when I cook. I got water everywhere. What we gonna do? Listen, like I said earlier, I'm West Side certified. I grew up all over the West Side. I used to call my mother the gypsy lady. But I want to know, how are you planning to manage your personal affairs with this water issue? Isn't it a scary thought, thinking that maybe next Tuesday of this next Tuesday, you still might be living in this water issue? E. coli, it kills. E. coli bacteria in certain amounts. It can harm you. So don't drink no water, y'all. If you live in the West Side, don't drink no water. I know they said it's running short supply in the stores already. I heard this lady say it. It's running in short supply. Now we talking what? It's like the show is 5:30 to 6. So I heard this around 4 something. Now, so it hasn't even been a full 24 hours yet, and they running low on supply. Now we've been looking at the news, seeing Jackson, Mississippi, how they have been suffering, and that this didn't just happen to them in 2022. It happened some years ago as well, where they went past the month mark, they went past 30 days, they went into several months. And, you know, so this is a real thing. This is something that we're going to have to pull together, y'all. If you've been storing water and just watching it and using it for your plants, you better give it to your cousin and them. You better give it to mama and them. You better give it to your friends that live in West Baltimore. We got to look out for one another. We can't let our brothers and sisters be struggling. I told you what my philosophy is. Each one teach one, then we reach one. Reach out to your cousins. Reach out to your family. Like I said, when I leave here today, I still got families. We came in by Sandtown, Winchester in the late 1800s. So I got family on the west side. I got a cousin I'm calling as soon as I leave here. I'm texting a bunch of my family members that still live on the west side. I'm concerned about them. Now, do I have a whole bunch of water stored up at my house? No. But if I got some stores that's near me and I can go and spend $10 or $20 to get some jugs of water, that's what I'm going to do. We have to act like it's impacting us. Don't be looking at the news like, oh, that's them. I don't live in Mississippi. Guess what? Your cousins from way back when, they might be living in Mississippi, because guess what? Y'all know we all connected. Hello. You can't call them by name, but you know you impacted. You're connected to somebody somewhere. So talk to me in the chat at CoyoteMan Show online. I'm sorry, CoyoteMan online. I'm going to get it. CoyoteManOnline.com, then / for the Dynamic Life Show. But add an E on the end of life, LYFE, Dynamic Life. And so talk to me. I want to know what you're dealing with right now. Are you over there trying to cook, but you ain't got no water for them oodles and noodles? You don't have no water for those hot dogs? You don't have no water for this or that thing? I want to hear about it, because we're going to pull together to see how we can help and support one another. Okay. Now, also, I talked about earlier the different social and health concerns that go on that are recognized just in the month of September. I know years ago, as an event planner, 20 plus years, one of my very first contracts was with the state of Maryland, a local state of Maryland entity, and it was Substance Abuse Awareness Month, which is now in October. Maybe, I don't know, I recall it being September, maybe because I did all the planning and work in September. Either way, some of the issues that we have right now is Thyroid Cancer Awareness Month. And I know somebody that I just found out a couple months ago that they was dealing with thyroid issues. Not only them, but all the sisters in the family have this thyroid issue. Are you impacted by that? I remember getting a test done a few years ago when I had some things going on in the doctor. That was one of the first things the doctor said. Oh, I know, I had a lump in my jaw right here. And that was one of the things he said is, you know, you're going to have to get some thyroid tests done. So it wasn't that, thank goodness. And there was at the height of the pandemic, and they was like, oh, you're going to have to get your biopsy done. And they was like, in order to get your biopsy, you're going to have to go and get your COVID test. And at the time, I thought the COVID test, you see this thing? I thought that stick that they kept showing on the news and on TV, I thought the COVID test stick was long like that. So I was like, they ain't putting that in my jaw. I was like, so when she said, in order to get your biopsy done on your jaw to find out what that issue is about, you're going to have to take your COVID test. Lord have mercy. I was like, you're not sticking me twice just to find out once what's going on. I said, never mind. So I went home, I prayed. I said, Lord, what's going on with this jaw? And I began to put a hot compress on that jaw. And within a month or less, that lump was gone, and I ain't seen or heard from it since. Thank the Lord. I'm happy about that. And so I said all that to say, when they started talking about getting that COVID test done, and I saw, I was like, no, I'm not getting that. So, but anyway, my doctor initially thought it was a thyroid issue. So September is Thyroid Cancer Awareness Month. If you're impacted by that, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you in the chat at CoyoteManOnline.com / Dynamic Life. And whether the show is still on or immediately after the show, if you listen to the replay, I still want to hear from you, because we're talking these health issues and these health challenges. We're talking about them all month. We're going to address it by having people on the show and guests on the show who are professionals in these fields, so that they can tell us about the resources that are available to us. Suicide Prevention Month. I talked to you about some of the world famous people who have committed suicide. Even a comedian, y'all know who I'm talking about. It was just a few years ago. It's also Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. I had a scare in my family a few weeks ago. This wasn't cancer related, but it involved a child, an 8-month-old. And I'm telling you, we got to praying. And the ambulance showed up. They revived her twice, put her in the hospital. Lo and behold, the child had a seizure. She had COVID and she had pneumonia. She's doing well now, thank goodness. But childhood cancer, anytime we see our children going through issues and sicknesses and challenges, it tugs on our heart, and sometimes it just really impacts us in a way that we have trouble recovering our own selves to be that positivity for them. So I want to encourage you, begin to say things that's going to encourage their hearts. Okay, I had my grandchildren say this affirmation. I don't know that they say it every day anymore. You know them, they preteens now, right? So, but I taught them, and I'm going to say it. And if you got your pen and pad, like I warned you at the beginning, I dropped nuggets throughout the show. So if you got your pen and pad, I want you to write this down, but put your name in its place. And I say, my name is, and I say Deronda, and I have them say their name. And this is what I taught to my grandkids. And I say, and I am great. And then I say, and I'm going to have a great day. So my name is Deronda, and I am great. I want you to tell it to yourself every day. Write this affirmation down, because I want you to put it on your mirror so you can read it every day and teach it to your children. My name is, and put your name in the space, and I am great. And I'm going to have a great day. And I'm going to be the best me I can be. Now, everybody may not add the scripture, but this is my life. Hello. And I call myself living a dynamic life. So this is what I add at the end. Psalm 118:24. This is the day the Lord has made, and I will rejoice. I'm going to do it and be glad in it. And so I want you to write that down. If you're listening, if you wrote it down, put in the chat, I wrote it down, because I'm going to be the best me. And so I'm saying all this because we need to say encouraging things to our children, whether they sickly, whether they home, whether they having some challenges, whether they, feeling themselves because they 13, 14 and think they all that in a bag of chips. Y'all know how they do. Because remember when you was 13 and 14 and thought you was all that in a bag of chips. Okay. And so if you just think back for a minute how you were, you probably just reaping some of that stuff you sowed back then. Hello. So it's also September's Pain Awareness Month, Sepsis Awareness Month. And I think those are all the ones that I had right in front of me today. But I want to talk to you. I want you to reach out if you are impacted by any of those areas. Listen, if you tuned in today, thank you for joining me on the Dynamic Life Show. I'm here to share community and business resources. If you're a business owner, come on and tell me what your business is, what products you have, what services you offer. I want to know what you got going on. How can you help our people? How can you help? And I'm not talking color when I say that. I'm talking about humanity. Hello. We're all colors of the rainbow. Thank you very much. So we're not going to limit it to the color line. It's enough of that going on already, right? So stay tuned. We're coming back and we're going to talk about how you can become a guest, how you can become a sponsor, how you can advertise, as well as what I have going on that's helping me live that dynamic life. I'll see you soon.
What's good? It's your boy Squirrel Wide. Hey, you know where I'm going to be September 10th? I'm going to be right here at Clifton Park for the Riff on the Cliff Fest, brought to you by Fat Brand and Iconic. It's going to be crazy. It's all featuring Dream Dog, Young Moose, Rough Ends. Who else going to be there? Scola, IZM 400, Brett Sears, Miami Mills, BRM Stunton, Lil Ty. A little bit of everybody's going to be there. Big festival, 2 stages. You don't want to miss it. You need any information on it, all you got to do is go riffonthecliffest.org. See you there, Big Mouth.
Fat brand presents the first annual Riff on the Cliff Music and Arts Festival featuring Dream Doll, Young Moose, Scola De Niro of Blue Hill, J Grams, Ruffin, and many, many more. All happening Saturday, September 10th at 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's all happening at Clifton Park, 2801 Harford Road. Get your tickets today at riffonthecliffest.org. Sponsored in part by Iconic Entertainment and the Funds Unlimited Group.
Hey, welcome back. Now, what you got cooking over there? I know you're about finished with your dinner. You had a half an hour. Now, haven't you seen those shows where you can cook this in 20 minutes and cook this in 30 minutes, them 30-minute dinners? So you tell me in the chat what you got cooking, what you just finished. Now you're about to sit down and eat your food. So we're getting ready to wrap this show up. I know it went by so quick, right? We're talking about those social issues. We're talking about those current events that's dealing with the water. But I want to let you know some good things I got going on. One of the things that I do in the community is support our young ladies. I always say of all ages, stages, and phases. One of the events that I do that helps in the realm of leadership for our young girls it's called a Girls Leadership Conference. And I'm not going to get into all the details, but again, you can reach me on the CoyoteManOnline.com/dynamic life. If you'd like to hear more about what I have going on in my world, and that's helping me and hundreds of young ladies live a dynamic life, then reach out to me in the chat on the Dynamic Life Show. Also, I want to let you know that if you're interested in being my guest this month or October, I'm booking dates at Deronda.com. As a matter of fact, or you can reach out to me on CoyoteMan Online /dynamic life. Tell me what Tuesday in September or what Tuesday in October you're interested in. I want to talk to you. I want you to be a community resource for somebody in the community that needs to know about what you have going on, what you can offer them, and how they can reach out to you to support whatever it is, something academically, something for the military. You're a veteran, something for veterans. Academically, I said, if you're a teacher, you're an educator, you're in that space. So whatever you have going on or whatever you have need of, use this show as a way to connect, to up-level your life and up-level your living. It's no reason for you to wander through life. You need to aim and aim high. You need to think forward. If you're what's the song by Marette Brown Clark? You might as well think big if you're going to think at all. And I want you thinking big about your dreams, big about your life, big about your circumstances. Don't think because you hit a bump in the road that you got to stay there. If you're going to live a dynamic life, I want you to make up in your mind, listen, September is a brand new month. We got 3 more months left in the year. Don't wait until December 31st. They say a resolution, right? No, live that resolution throughout the entire year. Get those things on your agenda, get them on, begin to set your goals for life. You're the manager of your life. This is your show. You're the star of it. Welcome to life starring you, Y-O-U. So whatever that entails, I want you to put your best foot forward. You don't get a do-over. Hello? You need to put your best foot forward today. If you've been slack and lacking and not really taking interest in your own life, I want a mind shift to happen right now. So I want to let you know, if you're interested, if you have a company, you have a business, you have something that's going to be helpful to our community, you're the person that I want to talk with. Good night. Thank you for tuning into the Dynamic Life Show with Deronda Michelle. See you next Tuesday, 5:30, in person or online. Take care.